2 kilometers down, in total darkness, a 50-ton predator is hunting something it cannot see, and yet it finds its prey almost every time. When scientists studied the bodies of these hunters, they found the same thing over and over: circular scars, some fresh, some decades old, scattered across the head in patterns too consistent to be accidents. This animal has been fighting something powerful enough to leave marks on a 50-ton body, and winning, again and again. But here's the part that doesn't add up. It isn't using its eyes at all. So how is a sperm whale finding a giant squid in a place where light has never existed? Start with the squid. Architeuthis dux is built for exactly this environment. Its eyes are the largest of any animal alive, nearly the size of a dinner plate, designed to catch the faintest trace of light in a place with almost none. 2 feeding tentacles can strike several meters in a fraction of a second, lined with serrated, hook-edged suckers that lock on and don't release. Every part of this animal evolved for one job: survive an ambush or become one. Now bring in the whale. A sperm whale can weigh over 50 tons, the largest predator with teeth ever to exist. But size isn't the advantage. By every normal rule of hunting, the whale shouldn't stand a chance of finding its target, let alone catching it. And yet it does, consistently. There was only one explanation left, and it had nothing to do with sight at all. Before explaining how the whale hunts, look at what the hunt leaves behind. Marine biologists studying sperm whale skin found something they didn't expect. Almost every mature male is covered in circular wounds, not scrapes, deep ringed scars, several centimeters wide, clustered around the jaw and head. Some are old, faded almost to nothing. Others are fresh enough to still show the serrated edge of a sucker. This isn't random damage, it's a record, a timeline of fights fought in total darkness against something strong enough to wound an animal many times its size. Every scar says the same thing: this whale has done this before, and survived. But surviving a fight already means the whale got close enough to make contact. The real question is what happens before the fight. How does the whale find the squid first, in a place where nothing can be seen? Whalers cutting open sperm whale skulls found something they couldn't explain: an enormous oil-filled organ, making up nearly a third of the animal's total body weight. Early guesses ranged from ballast to buoyancy control. It was sonar, a biological sound system more precise than almost anything humans have engineered. Here's how it works. The whale fires rapid clicks through its nasal passages. The organ inside its head, the spermaceti organ, focuses those clicks into a narrow directional beam and sends it out into the dark. When the beam hits something solid, the echo bounces back. The whale reads that echo and builds a 3-dimensional map of what's out there without using its eyes once. It's the same principle as a submarine's active sonar. Except, the whale has been running this system for millions of years, and at this depth, it's better at it than we are. There's a name for the click pattern used to hunt: usual clicks, steady, evenly spaced, built for tracking prey through open water. But when researchers reviewed hours of hunting recordings, they found something that broke the pattern entirely. Not every click the whale made was aimed at prey. Some of the sounds had nothing to do with hunting at all. Fast, structured bursts, nothing like the steady rhythm of a sonar scan. Researchers call them codas. And for years, the simplest explanation was that they were just contact calls, a way for whales to keep track of each other underwater. Then the pattern got stranger. Different sperm whale family groups, clans, use different codas consistently across enormous stretches of ocean. Something closer to dialect. A recent research effort known as CETI has used machine learning to analyze thousands of these recordings. What they've found is combinations and rhythms that shift depending on context, patterns that behave less like fixed signals and more like the building blocks of a structured system. To be clear, no one has decoded sperm whale language, and no serious researcher is claiming they have. This is active, unresolved science, not a finished discovery. But it raises a question nobody could have asked a generation ago. If these sounds aren't just calls, what are the whales actually saying to each other? Every piece so far, the scars, the sonar, the codas, has been building toward one bigger question. How does a single species come to dominate an entire ecosystem it can't even see? The answer goes further than hunting. A sperm whale doesn't just control the deep ocean while it's alive, it reshapes that ecosystem again after it dies. When a sperm whale dies naturally and sinks, its body, sometimes 40 tons, settles on the sea floor. Scientists call this a whale fall, and it becomes the foundation of a food web that exists almost nowhere else. Scavengers strip the body over months. Specialist worms and mollusks, some found only on whalebone, break down the skeleton over years. Bacteria feeding on fat inside the bones sustain entire communities for decades afterward. Some whale fall ecosystems have been tracked, supporting life for over 50 years after the whale died. Several species discovered that haven't been found anywhere else on Earth. One animal, one life cycle. An ecosystem that outlives it by half a century. For most of human history, we assumed the deep ocean was essentially empty. Too dark, too cold, too crushing for anything complex to survive. It isn't empty. It's full of battles almost no one has witnessed, conversations we've only just started trying to decode, and predators that move through a world with no light at all, using a sense we can barely model, let alone match. We know how deep a sperm whale can dive. We know broadly what it hunts, but we still don't know everything that happens in the hours it spends down there, far past the reach of any camera or scientist. Somewhere beneath 2 kilometers of water, right now, another giant squid is waiting, another hunt is beginning, and once again, no one will see how it ends. So if you made it this far in the video, I just want to say thank you, and if you enjoyed the content, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more. Let me know what we should do in the next video, and also let me know what is your favorite fact about sperm whales. Thanks again, and I'll catch you in the next one.